Welcome, artists. In this video, you will learn the requirements for your weekly process journal. As I mentioned in an earlier video, the process journal is worth 10% of your overall grade and is graded based on completion. Follow along as I explain how to earn full credit on this assignment. This means that there is really not a right or wrong answer to the questions, but you do need to follow the correct format to earn full credit. As expected from the name, the weekly process journal should be completed every week and kept in the journal section of your sketchbook. You'll be making your sketchbook this week, and you will have a section for your journals. It is your responsibility to remember to add a new blank journal to your sketchbook as you need it. They're kept in the front of the room. There are 3 entry spaces per sheet. I typically collect and grade journals every other week. Because there are 3 entry spaces, you will complete either 2 or 3 entries per week based on the rotation of your AB schedule. Notice in the sample schedule, on weeks when you have 3 classes, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you will complete 3 entries on the sheet. On weeks when you only meet twice, you'll leave 1 section blank, as in this example of Tuesday, Thursday. Use 1 side of the paper per week and always make sure you complete the week of and class period sections. So now that we know the basics, let's take a closer look at what you're being asked to record in each section. The week of and period gets filled out at the beginning of the week. For each date, you will record the date and which lesson you are working on in class that day. For example, if today is September 6th and you're working on this lesson, you would write Unit 0, Lesson 6 in this section. Often you can complete more than 1 lesson in a day, so record that too. The next question asks which step best describes your work today, and you have a choice to circle practice, plan, create, or present. These represent the steps of the artistic process, so let's take a closer look at each of these 4 choices. This week, I will give you a copy of these process journal questions to keep in the journal section of your sketchbook. If you don't have one, you might want to pause this video now and go get one from the front of the room. Got it? Great. This handout gives you questions to help guide your reflection on your learning each day. The first section of the handout has questions for practice. Practice means simply the development of skills. You'll see in each art unit there are opportunities to learn and practice the skills that you will need to complete the project. For example, in a drawing project, you might need to learn how to sketch or shade. So, for example, if you spent the day on lessons 1.3 and 1.4 in this unit, learning about practicing contour and blind contour drawings, you could circle practice and answer one of the questions in this section, such as what skill are you working on, what part shows your improvement the most. You can read the rest on your own. The next category is plan, which means to gather ideas and information. Even though I will give you requirements and instructions for each art project, you will still need to take time to brainstorm and plan exactly what you want to do. You might plan by looking at the rubric, included in the unit guide, to make sure you understand the requirements. Or you might plan by researching other artists that use the same techniques that we're learning about in the unit. Take a look at the questions under Plan for examples of this. Create is when you are actually building and testing your ideas. You've practiced, you've brainstormed, and now you're actually working on your project. If you're in this phase of the project, you can answer one of the questions in the Create section, such as, have you had to make any changes to your original plan? The last choice is present or reflect. At the end of each unit, I will be asking you to reflect on the results of your project. In the next few weeks and months, we will also be preparing our work to include in art shows, both at school and in the community. If your class time is spent doing this reflection or preparing your work to show, you could answer the questions in this section. So let's look at a real-life example of how you would fill this out. Here you can see we have a journal for this week. The week is September 6th. I always put the first day of the school week, usually a Monday or a Tuesday. and then which class period you come to this class. The date, again, every day that you're in this class, you should be filling this out. Some people like to do it at the beginning of class just to set their goals for the day. Some people like to do it at the end of class. Just remember to fill out one section per day. So I could say today is September 6th. The unit and lesson I'm working on is Unit 0, lessons 5, 6, and 7. And I would say I was practicing how to be successful in this class, in this unit. So today I put a portfolio together and watched the videos on the process journal and how to photograph my artwork. I also photographed my drawing pre-assessment. I didn't have good lighting the first time, but I tried again and was able to get a quality photograph. So again, there's no right or wrong answer. I just want to know what you're working on in every class, 2 or 3 sentences to let me know where you are. This helps me make sure that you're using your time wisely, that no one's falling behind, or if you are falling behind, I know that I need to kind of step in and help you out. So that's it. That is the weekly process journal. Hopefully now you feel prepared to earn full points on your journal. Make sure to keep your journals organized in the journal section of your sketchbook and be prepared to turn them in every other week. Thank you.